Let me tell you that the
Just put
amount
it on
of technology
YouTube.
we use, we
Mm.
would not be doing it. What have we done less? About 50 of these?
Yeah.
People know me by Dutch Bear on different sites. Why do I change it?
We are speaking with a bear who has history to share about bears in Sweden.
Anyway, I identify as a man. I like men. No trans interest, if you mean that. Then as a bear, I only identify since 2000 when for fun, I grew a beard.
Hmm?
And then I got approached by a few members of the then Viking Bears. It doesn't exist anymore, but at that time it was the Viking Bears. And they asked me to, you should join the club. I like beards and I like big men. And then during the vacation of 99, I just grew a beard and people stared at me when I came back from vacation. What is that? So this is the new me now. So everyone knows here who it is. Maybe not abroad, but here in the bear community, everyone knows. There's only one Dutch bear in Sweden, as far as I know. There were several people leaving the board at the time. I had some experience from my career in project management and managing teams. They asked if I would take the chairman position. So I did, and I did that for 2 years. In those days, we didn't have Facebook and apps, but we had emails and we had snail mail. We sent around magazines and membership cards and things like that. And yeah, we, according to our paperwork, our job is to communicate about the bear culture, that we exist and how it relates to other gay subcultures. In practice, I have to say, it's a lot about social events. We have to avoid profits and we have to have a mission.
Right.
I would say I think in general, compared to other countries, I think gays are received very well in Sweden. I never had any issues at work to come out. There used to be an organization called Nordic Bears that included a Norwegian club, but also people from Denmark, Finland, and Estonia in the Baltic region. The character of Nordic Bears changed over time. So at the moment, it's rather dead, but there's still a famous bear party every April in Tallinn, in Estonia, where many Scandinavians go to. Mm-hmm. And last year, there was a 25-year anniversary for the Norwegian club, and then also people from other countries traveled.
Since there is not a 100% agreed upon definition, in your opinion, what is a bear?
Yeah, as you said, there's no real definition. But if I think of the typical bear, they're large, they wear beards, a bit more relaxed, I would say. I think it's not only looks, I think it's also a bit the attitude and how people interact. It pretty much stops at LG. Is it L? No, it's only GBT, and that no, a GB actually, not even the T in there. What I think is interesting here in the north, that the bear community is not that large, but very dense, so to say. There's a striking difference between the involvement of Swedes and Norwegians. If you look at the Norwegian club, they do a lot more activities. They organize camping tours, they organize trips abroad. They travel across Norway. They have parties in different cities in Norway. We are not that active in Sweden, and we're trying to work on that. I think it's interesting to do it. I think our board is a bit old. We're all over 50. Mm-hmm. Other countries, you see a younger generation, and they They are less formal. They play everything through apps and through social media. So you see quite some people there who cross the bridge and go party in Copenhagen instead. I think that's the reason why the Malmö community is not that big.
We talked to somebody yesterday who talked about being at the ACT UP New York organizing meetings. And if you're 20 years old, you have no idea what ACT UP is.
I think it's okay to put my full name there.
Now that we have 50 different people saying this is what I think a bear is, we'll put together a video of different people all answering this is what a bear definition is, or that kind of answer, because Les tends to ask the same questions of each person.
How many European countries do you have in your interview list? Germany has a big party in Hamburg in January every year. I know many people who go there, but January is also cold. We usually go to warmer areas, and then you end up in Spain and the Canary Islands.
Our mission is to expand the knowledge and the recorded history beyond North American bears, because we here in the United States are fairly well interconnected and documented.
And also to facilitate communications between different bear folks in different places around the world.
They offered us a place in the parade because they have to book a position in the parade. So we actually walked the gay parade in Tokyo. That was amazing. People called in sick and didn't go to work. Said, "Oh, I feel so homosexual today, I cannot work." And in 2 years' time, they changed the laws older. So he went through all of the 70s and what happened then. That was a big change.